Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the NewAge Legendary Heroes 56EX Jungle Warrior Rhedosaurus or Rhedosaurus. Anyhow, this is their take on a Sludge, and I think they did a really good job with them. I'm going to tell you the pluses and minuses, the good points and the bad points, but I'm kind of impressed what NewAge has done with these, and I'm probably going to be getting them all. We'll talk about that because I'm in on the EX, the toy version, which that is what this is. But I did get this to show Z. I'm going to have a link down below where you can get yours too. But anyway, let's get into taking a look at NewAge's version of a toy, Sludge. Coming up. All right, here is the packaging, and it looks very G1-esque. You can see the figure in there, just like we did back in the day with G1, which is great. And then the reminiscent of the packaging, they don't really show like different steps, which would have been kind of one more step closer. Here's the side of it, and you get to see both modes of the actual product, and some art on the back, kind of, yeah, very reminiscent of G1. That's what EX is. It's all about the toy. All right, so here he is out of the box, and I have to admit that it looks really nice. And yeah, they are pretty consistent with the toy. Now, I kind of did think, though, that this was going to be vac metalized, these parts here. I don't know why I thought that, but they're just kind of like a shiny, silvery look to them and not actually vac metal. We have vac metal here, and some really good paint on some of these parts here. But yeah, no vac metal on the silver. So that's just a whole different ball game. But then again, it might be better for paint rub and those kinds of things. But still, it does look really good overall. And then the rest of the body kind of has some charcoal to it. And we do have this. Now, I believe this is all Tampa-Graphed paint. I don't think that's actually stickers. It looks like stickers, but it's Tampa-Graphed on. Look at that shininess of here. The toes. Now, there's a lot going on with this. It's very interesting looking. Which we got some more Tampa-Graphed paint over here, and then what's going on right here behind this clear. That's another thing about the toy, because this is the toy version. One of the things that I think probably did make me infatuated with the Dinobots back in the day was the fact that they did have this use of translucent plastic, which has made it look like you were seeing inside of it. You were seeing the inner workings of the robot, which I thought was so cool. Instead of just assuming they have all the inner workings, having these clear pieces to see through it was just kind of, we get to see inside of what's going on there. So that's pretty cool too. Anyhow, they incorporated that into this. We're going to see that. We're going to do comparisons to the G1, of course, but it looks really nice. Let's get into the little bit of articulation that you really need to do in this mode, and then we'll get into some comparisons. Yeah, people are like, why don't you take your QC sticker off? I don't know. I might actually take it off this one, but I don't know. Anyway, it goes heads on 1, 2 points of articulation, and then up here it goes up and down. So 2 ball joints, and then up and down, and side to side. And then you can open up the mouth, and inside you get to see, like, there's not really anything to connect to it, and I'm not really able to get it on there, but there's like a post in there, like you can connect something to it, which I see on a lot of these. And then he's got the blue eyes, and we can get to that here in just a little bit, because I think you can swap those to red now. I'm going to check on that. And then gets down here into these, go side to side, and you got some articulation right here, and this can go back just a bit. So there's a little bit of articulation there, and then articulation in the foot, and then you don't really have the foot so much to the side, but you can move the whole arm there to the side, and then, or the leg, and then the rear leg pretty much the same. And I mean, it comes out quite a bit if you want for whatever kind of pose you're wanting there. Same thing here. We got that going on with the knee, but not really anything. Oh, you can kind of go in and out with that one due to the transformation. So you can get a little bit more due to the transformation there. So that really works. Then the tail, side to side on 1, 2, 3 points of articulation, and not really any up and down. Really, I mean, what more would you expect out of a dinosaur Dinobot? So I can feel y'all yelling at the screen, so I went and took the QC sticker off, and then we're going to flip this up, and then we're going to rotate it around. Wow, that's tight. And then we're going to change it to a yellow eye color. It's so tight I'm kind of concerned that I'm going to rub the paint, switching it over to the yellow. There it is with the yellow instead of the blue. Almost not noticeable, but it is a thing that you can do, and the accessories and stuff don't really work in this mode. So here it is next to the G1, and they carried over a lot of stuff. So they did carry over the vac metallized gold that we got right here, but they didn't carry over the vac metallized gold right here in the whole head, just in the jawbone there. And then they did carry over the clear plastic right here, but made it bigger and added it to the front here, where this is just looks like a decal sticker. And yeah, so it looks similar. Now, this is, for whatever reason, they went darker on this than over here. So I don't know why they went so dark on it, but I think the ultimate goal is how good will it look in the bot mode, and so that's what's going on with it. But it looks pretty good. I would have liked the vac metallized gold here and then a lighter, not so dark of a transparent. But yeah, it still looks pretty good overall. But this is the original. I mean, you really can't beat the original, I guess. There it is. Here's a nice little mixture of Magic Square and NewAge, sort of size, scale. Does that make sense? I guess that makes sense. Yeah, he's a big boy, that's for sure. So, trying to find a Dinobot to compare it to. I've got the Kang Toys Stegosaurus, which it is definitely hard to see the figure with those big things in the way. But yeah, that's a nice little comparison there. Alright, so for transformation, this is a little bit different type of transformation for this figure, but it is pretty cool. So, first thing, let's go ahead and get these feet slid up and out of the way, and then push down into place. Then we're going to take care of these arms. They're all going to, legs, actually, they're all going to come out here. They all do a little bit slightly different things, so close this up, fold this down, and then fold this up, sort of out of the way for now. Fold this down. I'm going to get this up out of the way for now. Getting into these lower legs, they work really in a different way. Folding this in, and you want to make sure that you get it just right for that. Same thing over here. Just right for this. And then we're going to kind of fold this out like so we can split this. Now we're going to work on the legs here, and then we want to split it all the way down. Down, each one of these. And let's work on one leg here and how we're going to do all of this fun stuff. We need to fold this into here, and then let's get a better angle on that. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this whole tab right here inward. So this needs to come up with it, which will free up this rotating mechanism here. And then we'll be able to rotate that down. We can fold that back up. Then we need to fold this here. Well, we need to open all this up. Get this piece here out. We can fold this in and then fold this down. Oh, before we do all that, we have to adjust this up to here. And then this is going to go in. This is going to go down. This is going to go down. Go down in history. Get all that lined up so that we can get that tab in. Why is that not lined up? Oh, got to fold this piece here out too. This inside piece also folds up onto here. There it goes. But it's going to hold together pretty solid, and I think we have some inside fillers for this that we'll be looking at here in just a minute. So now we need to get on to the other one over here and kind of do everything the same way. Fold this in. Yeah, just play with the tip a little bit till it gets all the way in there, and then there we go. Now we're going to pull this out. And then we're going to get this position to where you can rotate it. And then put it back. And then let's get into all of this. Let's make this look a little bit better than the first go around on that other one. There it goes. So this that tab tabs in really well. We're going to pull this out, push this up, slide this in into here, and then we need to fold this down, this up, and start getting all this aligned for the ultimate tabbing in of everything. which is really quite keen. And I keep forgetting to pull that piece down. This little inside piece here has to come down, and then everything gets lined up, and then everything just tabs right in. And line that tab up to that slot. So you're looking at the inside slot there. And there it goes. And that sounds a little rough, but it gets the job done. We have the legs done. Now we're going to move up to the top part here. Try to keep all this on the camera there. All right, we're going to split this. This sounds familiar. Splitting all of this up. And then we have to do some stuff with these arms here. We have to pull these wings out. That comes out. So they tab in pretty good right there. So you want to kind of get underneath it and untab it before you try to pull the wings out on this. This is tabbed in pretty good right there. It just feels like you might break it trying to untap it. That's kind of crazy. There it goes. Didn't get the wings out of there. All right, so orientate this way, flip him around so we have a correct orientation going on right here. Now the orientation that you want these is to look like this, and then to get the toes in, all the way in. Same thing over here on this side, which we should have this set up just like that. Then we're going to go into forming the head. I form the head. So we're going to lift this up and bring the head out, and then this is going to come down, and it's going to form the head more or less. Get it just right. Now you see this tab here, there's a tab here, and then this is all going to fold over into itself like so, and then this is going to tab in. We got to make sure that the head misses it at the same time. Then we have to tab that in like so. We got the wings there, the head, all that fun stuff. Then we turn it around. Now we need to clean up the arms, and this probably needs to fold back. Folds forward. The shoulders fold forward and slide over that. So they do kind of give back just a little bit, so you can do that. And then you can close that up. And then of course we have to get to the hands, and there it is. There it is. And we will put our own hands on, make all that happen. Hands on. Haha. Check that out. When I close it up, I missed these two tabs right here that must go into here. Not a big deal. I'm just going to fix that right now. But pretty much there. We're going to put the hands on and come back, have a look at this guy, play around with his head and his wings and all that good stuff. Coming up next. Alright, so here he is in his robot mode, and I think it looks really good. A really nice homage they are paying to the G1 toy from back in the day. And definitely some modernized improvements to it. And now, I gotta say, my original expectation was that this is gonna look really good in the bot mode, simply because I know how good the Grimlock looks. And yeah, it looks good. It looks really good in bot mode. And I wish this was back metal. But on the other hand, I'm not really too upset about it. It still looks really good. And we can adjust those wings. I kind of like a shorter wing than a larger wing for shelf space and stuff. But very clean all over because of the transformation and the way all that works. Very nice looking figure overall. Getting up close on him, it does look nice. And it's got the nice head sculpt. It's got the yellow eyes. It's got a little paint on the face, and then on the top of the head. The torso is painted well. It looks nice. It's got a nice sheen to it. I love NewAge when it comes to the paint presentation. And I assume this here is painted, but it might just be the colored plastic. It looks pretty good. Clear translucent plastic, which is going to be an homage to the vintage toy. We'll see that here in a little bit. We got some accents in here, which we didn't see in the Dino mode because, of course, it's the bot mode. And some of the Dino mode accents carried through. And then that beautiful vac metal on the toes, and some paint, some tampograph paint, as if it was a sticker like you got back in the day. And yeah, really nice. Really a good looking figure, pretty much what I expected. But let's get into the accessories real quick. And I guess the hands, you have to unscrew, pop them on. But then let's get the gun and the sword on. Here he is for his accessories, and it's the clear translucent sword. Well, let's go up all the way here. Clear translucent sword that goes with him, and it looks nice. It's the original G1s are just solid red, so the transparent is a nice touch, and it doesn't have to be solid red like the regular one. Then we have a very G1-esque style of a gun, and if the original release of this, the cartoon one, has a giant cartoon accurate gun that's more cartoon accurate. This is to match the toy, and that works. So that's pretty good. You also get for accessories, I didn't show it, but since I'm going to be holding weapons, I don't need them, but you can just swap out hands if you choose to, and showing the articulation in these hands. That's pretty cool. And then you also get these, and at first I was like, where does it go? I was like, and where's my Grimlock ones? How does that go on there? And how does that go on there? I was like, wait, these are the Grimlock ones, so let's see how it goes on Grimlock. Happen to have Grimlock right here. Well, it is kind of sorry that if you bought Grimlock, I don't know how you get these. But I guess they assume you're going to be buying all of them. And did this come with all of these? Because I don't know. I don't know if this piece came. Let's pop this off the sprue here. As you have to do is pop it off the sprue. And then there are some holes to line it up to tab it in. And there we go. We've got Grimlock with a thigh, an inner leg filler. And that looks a whole lot better, in my opinion, to have that leg filler versus not having the leg filler. So, in basic common sense fashion, we're going to come over here and do the other leg. Do the leg. So now we got both the leg fillers on the Grimlock. Leg fillers. Making it look good. So you wonder, well, why would he need leg fillers? I don't know. I mean, his legs are pretty clean looking, but Grimlocks look way cleaner now. But it's parts forming. Some people don't like parts forming, but I'm glad I got them. So I'm just making my whole team look that much better with the leg filler. So for articulation, try not to let the sword get in the way of articulation. But I want to admit that as I was holding it by just one knee, the knee kind of gave, but he doesn't give while he's standing. It's not a big deal. It's not like he falls over or anything. But he feels overall pretty solid, pretty good. But then he's a real small bot too, so you don't have to have super tight joints. It's head side to side, and it goes up that far on the ball joint. So that's pretty good. Like, if he's flying, that's something that should really be engineered into every Silverhawk figure that's made, by the way. So I'm saying that to everyone who makes Silverhawks. This goes up to here, and you got a 360 on it. You have the bicep swivel, and this is kind of interesting the way that goes, but this, just a 90 on that elbow, but I think, shouldn't it have another elbow? Let's get it. Double elbow. Yes. Double elbow, so you can do a lot of action like that. Should have some sort of movement. So these don't have any articulation in the holding hands, but you have articulation in kind of the open splayed hand. So you got waist swivel side to side, and they engineered, yet this could have just been the ab crunch, but they engineered yet another ab crunch on top of it. So this piece here, this piece here could have been the ab crunch, but they wanted it more solid than that. So that's impressive that the way they did that. It's impressive that they. All right, so he's got a good enough ab crunch. He has some moving thigh. What is the hip skirts? Then we go out to the side there, and it's tensioned, not ratcheted, so could wear out over time, but it doesn't feel like it's bad. Double jointed? Is it a double jointed knee? No, it's a single jointed knee, but it goes all the way, swings all the way around. Thigh swivel, and then down here the toe moves. And I'm sure we could get a little more out of what's going on down here, but you get everything you need. Good. Yeah, they do a good job, these Dinobots. All right, here he goes next to a G1 version, and I've got to say a few things. First of all, the proportions are different because of the transformation. The added complexity to the transformation makes you achieve this versus this. This is simplistic. This is just the way it used to be, but still it's one of those. I actually didn't have this one as a kid, so I don't remember it so much, so it's kind of like new to me in a way as an adult collector. But looking at them side by side, there's some aesthetic cues that they made very similar. the heads are different now. I know this first release, the head looks more cartoonish and less like the toy. And I do like how they shrunk the sides in, these side pieces. Even though these do sort of go in a way, these go in further and they get rid of a lot more. And so it looks less kibbly, a lot more clean, a lot more accurate. But still, this is the toy recolor homage. Oh, what we could have gotten back in the day. Well, probably not. I don't know if the engineering and the expense. I don't think we would have been wanting to spend $70 on figures back when we were kids. But anyhow, that's how it looks. Might just be my one copy here, but my vintage one is kind of back heavy. And it kind of sucks. But looking at this right here, you can see the aesthetic traits, the tampograph here, the sticker there that they carried over. Since mine's used and abused, I don't know how many stickers mine's missing. Actually, if you open these wings up a little more, you can see more similarities in there. But yeah, mine's probably still missing a bunch of stickers, as to where this one was based on one with all of the stickers. That's what it looks like. No vac metal, though, but it still looks nice. So from the vintage to the modern, we are definitely improving these, and they're all about the same size. You could swap out one of these for a vintage or a vintage for one of these, and it still works in your vintage G1 Dinobot collection. This one just doesn't want to stand. Oddly enough, I just happen to have him here because I just reviewed the Kane Toys version of that, and yeah, looks pretty good with the snarl up in there. This is the G1 one. Then we also have the Grimlock that they made from DX9, upscaled by McFan's Toys, all that good fun stuff that's going on. I will admit, though, I did kind of like the Toon version that they made of the Grimlock, and of course the Toon version they made of this, more than what they did with McFan's Toys. This is a very low budget, low price point figure. This premium feel feels a lot nicer. And now with the NewAge here, this is of course the cartoon aesthetic. I don't have the toy one yet. I might bite on it. I probably should before it sells out because it is pretty cool. And considering I'm the EX guy and Swoop's my favorite, I don't know why I'm not biting on that yet. But these look good as a team. I'm in for an ounce so far. Maybe I should be in for the full pound and get the whole EX collection of Dinobots from NewAge. But I know Magic Square's got theirs coming. But Magic Square has got some big shoes to fill if they're going to be better than these. And I'm curious to see how that goes. But hey, I am going to give them props for these leg fillers. I do like the leg fillers. Pretty cool stuff. And a quick picture with him next to Optimus Prime and next to Hound. And just, you get the idea. You can see scale-wise. I think they fit. I think they work. Just surprised. NewAge has gone so big with these Dinobots. And some of their other figures, they go super small. These are Magic Square, and they still look big next to Magic Square. All right, so this is my look at the legendary hero NewAge H56EX Jungle Warrior Rhedosaurus, and yes, it's a good looking figure. I think they've done a great job with all of their Dinobots so far. I'm very impressed with it. This is the toy version that hints the EX, and it comes with different accessories, which is interesting and cool, and the leg fillers for Grimlock. And I do like it. You know, the only thing I really would have liked more is to have that vac metal on those back wings and those other parts that the G1 toy had, but I understand it's already a $74 figure, something along those lines, and with that would have just been a more added expense, and they did do a little vac metal, and in the bot mode, it really doesn't take away. It looks really good, but I also would have liked more clear, kind of the clear plastic to be a little more clear on the Dino mode, but overall, I think they did a fantastic job, stellar job. I'm in for all of these with NewAge, and then it's going to suck because I'm probably going to buy all the Magic Square ones too. But let me know what you think about this guy. I'm going to have a link down below if you want to get this at Show Z while they still have it. I grabbed it before they sold out, and hopefully you do too if you're in on this. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and Titanium Hanger out.